more time to waste. Gotta let God do his work in me. Yeah. I do set that I'm here. Got a little I'm here. Thought I lost my way. But now I can say I'm here. I lost my focus. But in case you didn't notice, I'm here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bulls Voice. I'm your host, Noel Dale. In studio today, I have a new up-and-coming contemporary gospel sensation, Kalandra McDowell.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you in the area, like where you're from, where you grew up.
Okay, my name is Kalandra McDowell, like you just said, and I'm from Lumberton, North Carolina, a little small place. Born and raised there, and I moved here to Raleigh, the Raleigh area, attended school at NC State, and now I'm, like you said, a contemporary Christian artist. Have my own music, and so.
So, when did you know you want to become a singer? You know, how did that come about? And you knew this is what you want to do.
In my family, I come from a family of singers. Everybody sings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of have no choice. It's like you learn your ABCs and you learn how to sing. It's just they go hand in hand. But I can remember like very distinct times growing up that I would see either my father sing or my cousins sing, and something in me would just like light up, and I'm like, I want to do that. Like I feel that I'm supposed to be there. So just from a child, I always had that extra thing that I pushed myself to be in front, to be on the stage to sing. So.
Was there a particular age where you knew you wanted to go forth and make this a career? Or when was that? It's usually like, everybody has that point. It's like, okay, we work jobs and, we grow up, go to school, and typically we have a job or do a day job. But when was it, a certain point, this is what I want to pursue as a career and this is it?
An age.
A point in your life.
Oh, a point in my life. I'd say, I'll say that around when I began high school, coming into high school, just thinking about, that's the time when you start thinking about your future, like where you want to go and what you want to do and where you want to be. And that's the time when I kind of really considered, like, wow, like when I get out of high school, how am I gonna do this music thing, because that's in my heart. And I hear people on the radio, and I know I can do that, or I know I'm good. And around that time is where I kind of would play in my head that this is really, really, really what I wanted to do for a career.
Now, I'm gonna point this out. Now, like you said before, you went to NC State.
Yes.
Now, NC State is not known for singing.
Not at all.
It's known for building stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, what made you, choose NC State? You're from North Carolina. What was about NC State that made you go there? Being or despite that you wanted to go into art or be an artist.
Well, this little thing called fear. Would be the reason why I didn't go off to a music school that wasn't in my, it's kind of uncommon, like, from my area, like, or the people that I was with, nobody was going to school for that. And so I guess in some cases I was trying to fit in with the mold. I am going to school for so-and-so, whatever. But looking back, I know that fear was a reason why I wouldn't have pursued to go to a music school, because when you say I'm going to college for music or whatever in the arts or entertainment, you're embracing your dream, and it's not a clear path to how you get there. So I know that it was a fear-based initially, but it worked itself out. But because that is definitely not a school known for music, and when I got there, I really felt like I made a mistake. Like, oh my God, what am I doing here?
So you went there, and you had some good times and everything, like people do in college. So how did it come about? You go to NC State, was there any confusion, or was, what happened to make you still go ahead and pursue music? Because I think the average person would have went to a four-year school like NC State or technical school, or, probably would have got a degree in something that wasn't part of
right.
maybe work a 9 to 5, or how did you still end up doing what you do?
Well, it's that story in itself shows you that really, if it's in your heart and if it's what you're supposed to do with yourself, you'll find a way, regardless of whatever. But I remember distinctly I think it was my second year, and I called home to my mom, and I'm like, I'm in the wrong school. I made a mistake. I should have went here. I need to go. And I'm thinking about transferring. Like, God, I just kind of panicked because I'm like, I don't want to be an architect. That ain't what I went there for anyway. But I don't want to be none of this stuff is big to me as it is to sing and develop that craft. So I was just crying and crying, crying because I'm dramatic. And so my mom, she's not dramatic. She was just like, so what you gonna do about it? Very calm, and that's exactly what I needed. And so I heard that at NC State there was a music department, and I heard some things about it, and so I go, I found the music hall, and I go knock on Miss Ward's door, and she was in the music department, and I was just gonna go and inquire about the music department at NC State, and I knock on her door, and I walk in, and she's like, how may I help you? And before I could say anything, I just break out crying. I'm like, I made a mistake. I'm at the wrong school. I need to do some music. Drama. And she's like,
I knew Miss Moore was like, oh man, not another one. That's what she was like.
oh Lord, this girl with a
"Here
dream.
you go again."
You know, I don't know what she thought. She was so nice about it. I know I kind of puzzled her a little bit, but she was just like, okay, have a seat. So I sit down, and it's like, it was meant for me to be right there, even though it wasn't Berkeley School of Music or wherever. I was supposed to be where I was at. That's what I believe in. I opened her door, and she sat me down. And who knew that this lady was someone who had, in her own right, has studied music with the best of them. I mean,
Who she studied with?
she had, when I began to talk with her, and she studied with like Roberta Flack, and I'm like, what? She went to Howard, and she just began to tell me her history and how she is who she is, or how she became who she is, and her voice. She was my school of music, all in one, embodied in one human being, and she began to teach me beyond talent what it takes to actually sing. She was my first introduction to voice lessons. She showed me like the greats of music, and would like sit me down and let me look at videos of these people and just really educate me. So while I didn't go to the School of Music, I found me a School of Music, because when you're passionate about something, it doesn't matter what happens or where you at, you'll find a way to get it done. So I'm thankful that I ran into her, and that she embraced me even after I came to her all frazzle-dazzle. She was just like, have a seat, and just opened her world of music to me.
And I think when people go to college or institution of higher learning, there's always that one professor or instructor who really makes an impression on your life. I definitely had my professor who, from my first year, made a lasting impression on me. What do you think is the most important thing that she's taught you, during your time there? What did which thing? If there was one single thing that she taught you that was very important, what would it be?
She left a lasting impression on me about having heart in this thing. Heart in your there are a million people that can sing. A lot of people that probably can run laps around me or whatever, but you're not gonna have my heart. Like you're not going to, that's just the way I'm gonna approach it. That this means so much to me that you're not gonna, your heart is not gonna shine more than mine. Even though you might feel the same way, but that's just how I'm gonna go with it. And she just left me with that that's what you have to bring beyond the music. That you have to have a heart about it. So that's what she left with me.
Well, we're going to take a little break
Okay.
and just show some clips of you
All
doing your
right.
thing in your own element, some highlights of some performances performances you've done locally. Just give the people a little glimpse of, you know, who you really are, who is Kalandra McDowell.
God's grace is amazing to me. I don't know where I would be if he had not shown his love to me. No, like an inmate that couldn't make bail. Life is spinning out of control.
Good God, good food, let's eat. Look what we got right here. Look at how the Lord will bless you when you praise him. You get your water, purified water, chills. Amen. We got all this right here. All this right here. All this right here. All this. All of it. You want some? Do you want some? Do you want to serve the Lord like I do? When you get some of this food right here. Time after time, if you fall, I'll catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. And then we go to the thing. We go, Time after time. And keep singing because I'll add it. Time after time. Good Lord. Time after time. That sounds just the word.
In my bed, I hear the clock ticking. Think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, thoughts of being left behind. Chances to get it right. Time after.
Welcome back, everybody. In studio, Kalandra McDowell. Now, Kalandra, you do gospel music,
Yes, I do.
okay? But it's not the gospel music that a lot of people think of when they hear gospel music.
You're right.
And I've never been a big fan of certain type of gospel music because, you know, it's just musical composition, I guess. you know.
Right.
It's called contemporary gospel, right?
Yeah.
For those people who are maybe a little bit unaware, what is contemporary gospel?
Well, I'm not a fan of labels of things anyway, because when you say contemporary gospel, then you got those people like, well, is it really gospel? Is it not? It's like, whatever, sit down. But contemporary gospel is just the opposite of traditional. It's the opposite of Mahalia Jackson, or opposite of Shirley Caesar, which giving them much respect and love, but it's something totally different. That label of contemporary is usually used when the beats kind of sound like what you would hear on a secular station, but the message is different. So that's why I can't stand labels, like, really, because I don't like what it puts out there, that it may not really be gospel, so we're gonna put contemporary.
When I hear the phrase, I think it's, okay, this is the gospel music where you can get up and shake your booty. Like maybe Kirk Franklin. Would that fit into?
It would. But to label him a contemporary artist is not fair, because he's got like total like praise and worship albums and different things. Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole label to me, what I consider myself, I have to, because it is what it is, I know that I'm labeled as a contemporary Christian artist, but I am an artist. First I'm a Christian, I'm an artist, but you don't know me like that. If you don't know me, you should be able to listen to my music, or if you look me up online or whatever, you'll find out who I am and what I'm about. Mm-hmm. My music, you should be able to bop your head if that's what you want to do, because that's who I am. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like you want to dance a little bit, please dance. Might not want to shake your rump, that much. Don't drop it like it's hot. Don't do that. But don't drop it like it's hot. But do your two-step. But that's who I am. And I believe that when you get into the lyrics or the overall feel of my music, then you should know that Christ is the center of what I do. And, a lot of times contemporary music won't always say Jesus, 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 God, 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 God. But it should be in there, mm-hmm. but it may not be used as much as what your traditional gospel is. But much love to the traditional gospel community, but I do believe there's a place for what I do.
Because even I know what they said Christian or gospel rap, and I never really liked that term because I'm a Kanye West fan.
Right.
He did Jesus Walks, and I don't like. I think some people would label it as that type of song, but I mean, if it's a song about God, it's a song about God. It's a song.
That's just the way I like
Right,
it.
and hip hop artists, hip hop Christian rap artists catch a lot of flack because they have to say I'm a Christian rapper. So
should
then
have to
people
say
think that people will automatically assume it's whack because you do have a lot of Jesus, but I think that it takes away from them being considered an artist, not being ashamed that I'm a Christian anything. But what it should say is that you should know who I am, not by what I say. Oh, I am Calandra, the Christian singer. You should listen to my music or follow me and know that that's what I am. And don't disrespect me as being an artist, though. So don't take that away by throwing this other stuff in. Like a lot of people in the Christian world sometimes, like back in the day more so, remember on Apollo when someone sing a Christian song, they like, ooh, yeah.
But
they
they
can
sound
be
terrible.
awful.
Yeah.
And they like, ooh, good job. You like, come on
And
now.
I'll be
you
at
know.
home booing.
You see. So, don't take away from the artist part of me because I put that in front of me. So, yeah, just get to know my heart. That's what it's about.
Respect the talent.
Don't disrespect the child. Yeah.
So now you could have. I mean, you can sing. You know that. You vocalize, and you're great at that. But you could have did just, secular music, what they call secular music, or just straight R&B. Why I guess because you say you're a Christian first, but had you ever thought about going
Oh,
out?
yeah, I tried one time.
Because I know it had to be a lot of pressure.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because my style, my vocal style, like I said, is definitely not traditional. If you hear, when people, I hear it a lot, like, ooh, you sure all you want to do is Christian? I love music, and I love artists of all genres, but I believe that you're best at what you do when your heart comes through. In my heart, it's not a song about I'm going down and it's just awful. All these men are terrible. I hate all of them.
Bust the windows
I want to
out your
bust the
car.
window. And showing much love to them.
Yeah.
That's what you want to sing, cool. But I don't even want to put it out there. I believe it's enough of that. And we got a lot of people in this world that are, including me. I mean, we go through some things, and life is not always great, so I mean, life is good. I don't want to say nobody.
Yeah.
Life is good, but I'm saying you got your challenges. So I want to be that person you listen to and you get hope. I want to leave you with hope. If you feel like somebody just broke your heart, don't go kill them. Just leave them alone, pray for them, get your life together, and hope for another one. Move forward. That's what I wanted to be about. So that's I did try, but it just would not. I couldn't. That's not being true to me. And it would be easy to tell because I'd be like, oh, do I have to sing that? I don't want to sing.
That's like me with a comedian. Like, they told me, like, I'm a very dirty comedian when I get on stage, like, very dirty. And people say, why don't you do some clean comedy or some clean stuff? Don't curse too much and don't say nothing too out and crazy. But that's not me. I mean, on the show, The Bull's Voice, we're going to be clean and professional and dignified, intellectual, because I like the intellectual side. But my comedy is pretty raw.
Well,
I gotta be me.
you have to be yourself.
be myself.
You be yourself, and as long as you can be, respectful. I'm sure you wouldn't, if they asked you to come to come to the children's club, you wouldn't act like you wouldn't do.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I'll be a good role model.
You
Oh yeah, I tell them some things about business.
do what you
chasing
do.
the dream,
Do
yeah.
what you do, but
Chasing the
in the
dream.
same way that what is in your heart comes out. That's the way I am with my music, and that's just what I want to do. I want to give hope, and that's what I'm about.
So, who's your favorite singer?
Oh God, here you go.
That's easy.
No, it's not. It's hard.
Favorite singer?
One, just one.
One,
Me.
I'd say Whitney is at the top. Whitney Houston, because I look at her video, and I'm like I said, I'm all emotional. But I look at her videos of when she was in her element. Her voice had no filter. It was not. It wasn't computerized. It wasn't all this other stuff. It came straight from her heart, and I watched videos of her sing or anything, anytime I had a chance to see her live, you know, on TV, whatever. But I now look at videos of her, of how she holds the mic or how she held the mic, how she just execute, how she stayed on pitch, and I study her voice, and it's like I'm looking at her, and whatever song she sang, she really just embraced it with her heart, and it came through. So she's at the top of my list for that very reason.
And you know, I have to say this. I was never a Whitney Houston fan.
Come on now.
But I was a Bobby Brown.
Oh, Lord.
Bobby Brown was my dude.
Okay, all right.
I saw Whitney Houston perform when I was young because my mother was a big Whitney Houston fan. And speaking as not a fan, but really honest, objectively, one of the best performances I have ever seen live. And even though not a fan, but objectively speaking, I loved her. I think she was a really good person, good heart, and she was extremely talented. And the show she put on that I saw live, hands down, probably the best show I ever seen by an artist. So, I mean, it's speaking objectively, as not a fan, but just speaking objectively, I'm like, yeah, she killed it.
That's just what it is. I mean, didn't have all this like fanfare running around. It's just, you know, it comes from the heart and it convicts you. Whatever she was singing about, you know, whatever it was, a dance track or a Believe in Yourself track, it was conviction. That's just what I'm about. Like it just spoke to you.
Okay. Well, tell us, moving ahead, where are you right now in terms of some of the things you're doing locally? And what's some of the, you know, in the near future, what are some of the future endeavors and performances? Like, what's some of the next steps, next big things you got going on?
Well, the next big thing I'm working on right now, it'll be called the Don't Throw It Away campaign. Mm-hmm. And it'll be myself along with a couple of select artists from the area.
Any names you can drop?
No, not yet. That kind of thing is those people are we're working that out. But the one person I will be on there, Don't Throw It Away campaign. It's gonna be a tour that we're putting together, but more than just a tour like, ooh, come hear me sing. Again, I'm all about giving hope. So the campaign is gonna be based around that, and you know, people who are like on the edge of a dream, like scared to be a comedian because of whatever, or not really embracing who they were meant to be. I want to be that person. I want to go to your coffee house. I want to come to your church. I want to go to your skate rink, wherever you go, wherever you at. That's what kind of music I sing. That, you know, I want to just give hope. So that's what I'm working on, and that's coming up in the next couple of months. So we'll be back in the studio working on an acoustic set, and I'm excited.
That's good. Any new, now, well, let's say, so if people want to hear your music, like where can they go online or?
Please visit me
tell them about that.
at www.KalandraMcDowell.com. I'm on Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter, at Kola McDowell. And if you are interested, which I'm pretty sure, I have a feeling, I got this feeling they're interested, to get my music on iTunes, the CD Baby, and go check me out. So that's where you can get my music.
Okay.
Oh, and if you're interested in bookings, please, bookings@KalandraMcDowell.com.
That's great. What I'd like to do is, we're not going to do it today, but hopefully in the near future I can have you come back and perform live here in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
And just, you know, just make me fall out and pass out because the singing was so great. And
Amen.
People at home do the same thing while they're drinking a soda,
or whatever they're drinking. It'll be
an experience.
That's what it's gonna be. That's what I would love. I would love to come back, and let's go ahead and put that down on my campaign. Stop. We're gonna be back in here.
Sure, I would love to do that.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna go ahead. I want once again thank you for coming on the
Thank you.
Voice.
Thank you.
A part of my world and the Raleigh-Durham world and Chapel Hill area, and letting people know who you are and what you're about. And we're going to close out. We're going to show one of your most recent performances live in the area. And let people feel Kalandra McDowell and who she is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you once again. Thank you, viewers. This is The Bull's Voice. I'm your host, Noel Dale. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Hi, everybody. This is Calandra McDowell, and I would love for you to check me out at www.calandramcdowell.com. Follow me on Twitter at Cola McDowell, and you can listen to my music and purchase on iTunes and CD Baby. Please stop by my page and just let me know you came by. Let's be friends. Thank you.